Hi everyone, this time we are going to talk about Google Scholar. Let's first have a look at what makes Google Scholar different from Google. Google Scholar is academic one. If you are looking for academic sources, it's a good idea to search for those sources on Google Scholar. Google will give you anything available on the internet that is free for access. But with Google Scholar, you will just find the resources from academic journals. It might be like articles from journals, book chapters, but those resources will be the ones written for academic purposes. That's what makes Google Scholar different from Google. With Google Scholar, the idea is the same. Once again, you do your search, writing your search phrase in the search box. You simply click on search, and then Google Scholar will give you the results in the order of relevance, first of all. As you see, it is again too many results with this search, and most probably again, if it is in the order of relevance, I will just go through the first few pages and see whether I can find anything relevant to my research. With Google Scholar, you can narrow down your research in different ways. First of all, you can narrow it down by date. If you, for example, say narrow it down by date, for example, narrow it down to 2018, then Google Scholar will just give you narrowed down results. As you see, it is now down to 3,000 results. It is a good thing. Once again, it is like, narrowed down to date, but still it is sorted by relevance. If you like, you can sort it by date at the same time. If you sort it by date, then it will just give you the sources in the order of date, but still it is just sorted by relevance, and it is this time just narrowed down to resources written just since 2018. That is a good thing to know. The other thing, in fact, if you just click on, if you just click on advanced search, if you just click on here, and then you will find this advanced search option. Advanced search is good with Google Scholar. With Google Scholar's advanced search, when you click on the advanced search, it will just take you here. Here, in fact, there are boxes you can use for your search. As you see, there is this box to write the exact phrase, which is a good thing. With Google, it was what we did with quote marks. With Google Scholar, you can still use quote marks, but this is the other thing with advanced search you can do. You can write the exact phrase here. There are also other options like with all of the words, with at least one of them, or without the words. These are all good things you can use with Google Scholar's advanced search. And in fact, when you just look at this, where my word occurs, it is in fact giving you two choices anywhere in the article, in the title of the article. I like this the best in the title of the article, because if the search term, the key term, is in the title, it is very possible that that article is what you're looking for. So if you do your search on Google Scholar with the advanced search and click on the title as a first thing, it will most probably give you what you're looking for. I want this in the title will help you with the narrowing down the research. If you know the author, you can write the author's name. If you know where it was published, you can write the publisher. Or if you want to narrow it down by date, you can also narrow down your search by date here in these boxes as well. With this search, see what I got. This is my new result list when I just did this search with exam anxiety as the exact phrase. As you see, it has now got quote marks, and it says all entitled, because if you remember, I said I want this phrase in the title. And now the results just 187, which is a good thing. I now have this many results in front of me. Still, most probably what I'm looking for is on the first few pages, but this time I'm sure that I got something here which is relevant to my search. Something here on this results list most probably is what I'm looking for. This is what makes Google Scholar better again as a search tool. Yeah, sorry. Here is the thing, in fact, with when I just got this list, what I'm doing is, of course, looking at the first few pages. Here, in fact, the good thing is Google Scholar gives me a short summary, like, you know, some information about the source itself. I can read this information, and if I feel like it is relevant to what I'm looking for, I can simply click on the source and see what it is all about and whether it is really what I'm looking for. For example, here, look at this. When I click on the search results, I got this article in front of me. Again, it doesn't mean I have to just read the whole article, because at this point, I just want to make sure this is relevant to what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. So the title has already told me a lot, but here is the abstract with academic articles. This is the good thing. And in Google Scholar, with Google Scholar, the articles you have found will be from academic journals, and they will most of the time come up with their abstracts. The abstract is a short summary of the paper. It will give you the idea about what it is all about, and it will just help you to decide whether it is worth looking closely into. This is another good thing about Google Scholar. Also, Google Scholar has other advantages. As you see here, it gives different versions of the same article, which might be a good thing. If you cannot, if one thing doesn't give you free access, one version, the other version might give you a free access. That's one good thing. If you, by the way, if you cannot see the free version here, if you cannot access any of the articles you have found on Google Scholar, always remember to check it with Meta Library online resources. Even if you're not on the campus, if you have a VPN connection with the campus, there is offline access, off-campus access to the library resources. Always make sure if there is no free version here on Google Scholar, make sure you check it with Meta Library resources as well. So this is one thing. All versions will be available, listed here on Google Scholar. Also, what else Google Scholar does? Yeah, this is a good thing. It will just give you related articles. If you think this article is relevant to what you're looking for, imagine you just read the abstract, you just read the whole article, and you just think, yes, this is what you're looking for. Then you might just feel that, okay, articles related to this topic will be good for my paper. Then you can simply look at the related articles here. That's a good thing with Google Scholar again. This is another thing with Google Scholar. It gives you how many times that specific article was cited. This is important because it is something, in fact, about reliability of the source. If it is cited by many people, it means that it is just a good source. It is reliable, of course, unless it is like, you know, too I don't know, it's just giving some contradictory information, making some contradictory claims. That's why people are citing it. Of course, that is also possible, but most of the time, I can say the more an article is cited, it's a good thing in academic life, in academic world. So when you are talking about the reliability of that source, you can refer to this information. You can say this article was cited this many times by different people, so it must be a reliable source, for example. This is a good support, good evidence for just saying this is a credible source. What else Google Scholar does? This is, I guess, the favorite for many of us. Google Scholar gives you the citation for that particular source. If you click on this quote mark icon, Google Scholar gives you anything, the citation information in different formats. If you remember, with 102 we are using APA, so it is very simple. It's just copying and pasting this information on your works cited reference page. This is a good thing. Yeah, the only problem with this one, in fact, sometimes it makes minor mistakes with the capital letters. That is one thing, but usually Google Scholar is working fine, giving you correct citation. Just one thing missing, and it is the retrieved from information. As it is missing, you need to add it yourself. All you need is just to visit the article and copy and paste the web address and add it to this information with retrieved from. This is that easy. Thank you, Google Scholar. The other thing with Google Scholar, as you see here, you got a star. That star is in fact about your library. When you do research for different courses, you might just need to save them somehow, somewhere. There are different ways of doing this, but Google also gives you this option. If you like, you can use Google Scholar's own library. All you need is your own Gmail account. As you see here is my account, and this is my library. These are the articles I saved in my account. This is in fact something good to know, if especially next time you don't want to spend this much time. If you want to keep good track of your sources, it's also good to know Google Scholar gives you this kind of option. Of course, you will, yeah, if it is that good article, if you're going to use it in your paper, you will save it on your computer. But you should always make sure you also know where you got that article from. That's why saving it this way on in your library, having an online access to the same article again, or just saving its information with the link to the article will be a good idea. This is how you can keep good track of your sources.